Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, interesting development. Currently heading into the apex of a pretty obvious triangle. So we're going to take a look at that in a minute. Then we want to zoom out first and take a look at this coin. All right, let's take a look at the chart. We obviously have a situation in which price rallied quite substantially. The swing high here in May 21 was a local top. I count it as an ABC top. So it is at best an uncertain chart. At worst, it is a bearish chart, and it could follow the yellow wave count to the downside long term. Yeah, we now have a situation where price came down so far only in 3 waves. But the move to the upside is also only in 3 waves, which is not good. Yeah, ideally by now it should have produced for us a wave 4 and a wave 5. Because it's not doing that, it increases the risk of the yellow wave count, which means one more low could be coming, or at least a substantial correction, which will take many weeks afterwards. It's just going up too fast, too far. It's just a hype, yeah, FOMO hype. And a lot of people who are going to buy the top, if they don't have a stop loss or they don't know what they're doing, they will get burned. They will get burned. Okay, it is what it is. We've seen it many times. I don't think it's going to be different this time. And even if it is, there's no clear setup here. There is no clear trade setup that is reliable. You can always you can always jump onto a train if you want to. That's up to you. But then make sure that you know what you're doing with position sizing and setting your stop loss, and maybe you can use some moving averages to tell you when the trend breaks, or you can just watch Elliott Wave and understand what are the relevant support levels which need to hold in order to get more out of this to the upside. Yeah, there might be a little bit more meat here on the bone to the upside. Yeah, but a recovery, or let's say a retracement at least, is overdue now. So yeah, let's zoom in a little bit here. We talked about the situation that this is only a 3-wave move up so far. So we have an A wave to the upside of the November 22 low. So A wave, either a 3-wave move or a leading diagonal. Difference doesn't matter so much now. The B wave down in a correction, and the C wave up now in a very aggressive move to the upside, a very hype-driven move, which is very aggressive. And if we look at Fibonacci extensions, let's look at what extension level that C wave has reached now. It's reached now the area between the 200% extension and the 2.382 extension. That's not too much yet. I mean, it can still get a wave 4 and a wave 5. In contrast to what many believe, if prices go up very fast, that is not necessarily bullish. That is not necessarily bullish. That is a potential sign that risk increases, that we will get a 3-wave top. Yeah, I mean, it can always become more bullish, but it needs to show us 5 waves up to get there. Now, how would 5 waves up look like? So first of all, we need to understand, okay, how much can this move to the upside, that C wave go? You know, how can it go up further anyway? So in this C wave, we're looking for a 5-wave move. Okay, so we have down here a small 1-2 setup. Then I'm counting all of that due to the subdivisions as a 3rd wave, which is still unfolding. So one more high and a 3rd wave would be likely. Then we should get a 4th wave and a 5th wave, and only then the C wave is complete. To get 5 waves up overall in this entire structure, we need to hold a higher low after that in a larger 4th wave, and then go higher once more in a 5th wave. Then we have 5 waves up, which would complete an even larger wave 1. Yeah, and then we have at least an impulse to the upside, and then we can calculate support for a wave 2 pullback, and it could really take off after that. But that will take a bit of time. At the moment, we're in a short-term uptrend. I have no indication that the uptrend has stopped. But I think if it stops, it will be a rapid downward move, or at least it will take a while. I mean, time-wise, yeah, but I think initially it could drop down quite quickly. We are dealing here with possibly still a 3rd wave, obviously. and obviously looking at the subdivisions, which I explained in the previous video. Now we are in an apex of a triangle, and that could be a wave 4 triangle. We talked yesterday about the idea this could be a wave 4. It is getting squeezed into the apex here of this triangle, and that could indicate a volatile move is coming. I mean, they don't always, sometimes they just continue to move sideways, but in most cases you get a bit of a volatile break. And as long as the 280 level is holding, I can count this as a wave 4. If it breaks below that level, then we need to be watching for that deeper support area here, where we have support at 249, 209, and 182. As long as it's holding 182, it can still give us a fifth wave afterwards. If that level breaks, I think I have no hope that it will continue the rally, and then we're dealing with a 3-wave top, and it can even lead to new lows. So that tells you a lot about your risk. It basically needs to go down to 182 in order to tell us that, and below that, in order to tell us that it's topped completely. So that means micro support is at 280. Against that level, the focus can be on higher more imminently. If that level breaks and price sustains below it, it's all about sustaining below it. I mean, if you get a break to 278, no problem, It's all about breaking and sustaining. If it does something like this here, this wick, and you get a bit of a volatile move and it recovers quickly, it has a chance to go higher and to complete that third wave. But if we go down already, then this is support, which is relevant, and then we can still get another high. And only after that, we have the real decision. Do we get that larger 4 and the larger 5? And all of these are setups, but this is obviously higher risk. And there are far better setups now. This is one of these coins which is rallying now, very sentiment, very hype driven. That's how crypto works. And eventually this will likely, when the interest goes away, you will see that price come down again. Okay. Now, interestingly, we've got one touch point here, 2, 3. And it's now not only in the apex of the triangle, so it's just reaching the trend line. So decision moment, So I thought I'd do that video, upload it. And obviously I don't know what's going to happen here, but I can tell you it is a decision point, a major decision point where the apex of a triangle meets, we have support and we have trend line. So I mean, ideally, if it pushes higher, it ideally should push higher from here. If it's going to fail, it should fail from here. And then we have support down here. But overall, the trend is still up, especially as long as we're holding the trend line and as long as we're holding support. Yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin Cash. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.